way it's impacted our school corporation as far as having PowerSync is the efficiencies that it provides.
Energy costs are at an almost all-time high. And the appropriate and responsible thing to do is everything you can to reduce that electrical consumption. So we're desperate for new technologies that will do exactly what the PowerSync system does.
This is a phenomenal way to put some dollars back into your operation fund from not expending those dollars for energy that's basically not needed because I'm only running the system during the time that's needed.
I first learned of the PowerSync system from my fleet manager, Fiddler, who had been researching it and worked with some folks that had used it in the past. And at first I was really not sure how this would work out and what it might look like for us. And we kept talking about it and decided, hey, this is something that sounds like we need to look into a little further. So that's kind of where the conversation started about 3 years ago.
We have roughly 187 buses that are on our lot, and they have to run every day. It has to be something that we know works. We just wanted to make sure that the product worked, and it worked the way that it was supposed to work, and that our buses started and ran.
The challenges, I think, is with any district that has an electrical system that's plugged the buses into. One is probably the fact that when you plug that bus in, it's running 24/7. It may be 40 degrees out, it's still running. And because of that, there's lost savings or lost dollars for the district. So it was looking at how can we keep the buses plugged in when we needed to have the buses plugged in, have the bus start when we needed to have it start, and then make sure that we were good to go when we needed to go.
We'd gone through a number of headaches and issues in the past with cold weather, buses not wanting to start, just extreme costs of electric power. And so it was like, hey, this is something that we really need to kind of dig into and see if it can do what they say it's going to do.
We installed the system in 2019. Before we put it in the block heater system, we were losing block heaters with a high failure rate. We had a very cold period. During that very cold period, we found out that we had 68 block heaters that were not working. Just the block heater itself, which can range from $75 to $100 plus labor, an hour and a half, so you're at another $100, so $200, $250 per bus. But more importantly, it's just the downtime that you have involved in that. Since we put the system in and been operating, we've put in less than 6 block heaters.